Hi, this is Monty from Motor Park Vehicles, and this is one of our newly acquired cars. This is our BMW 335i SE Coupe. It's a 2007 on a 56 plate. Currently the car's got just over a little over 113,500 miles. It will probably show slightly more on Auto Trader because I tend to drive all my cars. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to briefly walk around the car and tell you a little bit about the reasons why we do these. So we're going to just start off on the driver's side, we'll walk around the whole car and then we'll do a slightly more detailed view of the vehicle. Now I am in Motor Park. I tend to take all my photos and my videos in Motor Park, so I do apologise if you see people walking past, dogs, etc. We are in a public park. So tell you a bit about this car. It will be MOT'd very shortly. I think it's only got about a month or so to go on the MOT, so we will be MOTing the car very shortly. It's already been serviced by its previous owner, but from here it will then go to our prep team. They will check the vehicle over, get it booked in for an MOT. They'll be topping up levels, etc., that type of thing. Now I believe the car is due a brake fluid change. It's normally done every 2 or 3 years on BMWs. The service book's got quite a few stamps in it. From memory, I think there's about, about 8 or 9 stamps in the book. About 7 of them are oil services that have been done mainly by BMW and a couple of specialists. All right. There we go. Now, I mentioned this car's an SE, but it has got some M Sport alloys, and it is a very high spec car. I will go through the specification with you very shortly. Now, the reasons for these videos, it's all about trust, honesty, integrity. We try not to hide behind anything at Motor Park Vehicles. Please feel free to read my reviews. They are genuine purchases. There's nothing made up there at all. You do get a few dealers that try and opt out of the review side of it. We want to be told, you know, how our customers are, how they're treated. Not all of our reviews are on there, unfortunately. Out of, if you sell 10 cars, only 3 customers roughly get a review sent to them by Auto Trader. So we'd love to have a few more on there, but unfortunately we can't. Now there's a registration number. Please feel free to do any checks you need to do on the car. I'll hold it there briefly. Now I might have mentioned earlier, these take about 10 minutes long, these videos, so I do apologise, but we try and be as in-depth as possible. Okay, so we'll start off on the driver's side front here. So this car's got xenon headlamps with the angel eyes. You've got your headlamp washers. Okay, and all at the front of the car here, bumper wise, looks generally really good, absolutely fine. Now please don't expect a brand new car when you can't have a look at it. It is 7.5 years old. It's not going to be brand new, and especially with 113,500 miles, but it's not too bad when you come and have a look at it. So we start off on the driver's side front. Now the front tyres here are, I believe they're Coupe tyres. They've got approximately 4 to 5 millimeters worth of tread, but they're slightly a little bit worn on the outer edge, but we'll see what happens when we take the car in for an MOT. Now looking at the driver's side wheel, all looks really good. There's no scuffs, bad damage, chips, anything like that. We'll try and go down the side of the car, try and hold this as slowly as possible, or move it as slowly as possible, just to show you that there is no dents down this side of the car. There's no scratches. You might have 1 or 2 little chips, i.e. there's a tiny little one just on here you might be able to pick up, but hence the reason we tend to do these videos. So wherever you are, whether you're 5 miles away or 400 miles away, you can view the car at the comfort of your own home, and knowingly, when you do come to have a view of the car, it's described as best as possible. Look, we're all human, we can miss things, but I try and be as thorough as I possibly can. Now, it's recently had 2 rear tyres. They're Pirellis on the back, and approximately 7 millimeters worth of tread on the back of the tyres on rear end of the car. Now this is probably about the worst wheel here. You've got a few little chips and a bit further down at the bottom there. Just want to point them out to you. Okay, the rest of the wheel looks all really good. I'll try and show you the side view of the car. We will show you inside very shortly. And again, hopefully you can try and pick up reflections. All looks really good. Here we go. So I'll show you inside the car now. Now I mentioned it is a high spec car. It has got full leather sport seats. all look great. Tiny little bit of wear here, but that's just tiny, nothing, you know, untoward. Back seats don't even really look like they've been sat in. They look absolutely mint, the back seats. Push that back down again. So you've got electric memory seats on the driver's side, you've got lumbar support, bolster support, everything sort of pumps up on the sides of the seats here to keep you nice and snug. You can move this front section of the seat as well. You've got memory on the driver's side. You won't have memory on the passenger side, memory on the driver's side. Automatic headlamps, cruise control. It's got the works. You got electric window switches, mirrors, and folding mirrors. Now let's just quickly go in here. Apologies about any kind of jiggling around. Okay, so there we go. We've got a 6-speed automatic transmission. You've got your BMW professional navigation there. You've got your heated seats. You've got your air conditioning for your climate control. It's not all on at the moment. I haven't switched it all on. Then you can see your professional navigation there. So you've got nav to one side. You've got your radio screen. You can change all that about if you want to. It's not a problem at all. Okay, there's your steering wheel with your buttons to change gear, all your controls on there. Right, let's just jump out again. Right, let's just show you around the back of the car. Parking sensors at the back, twin exhausts obviously, and they do sound absolutely awesome on this car. When you've got it into sport mode, you can, you know, going down the gears, it's all popping or what have you. It's absolutely fantastic sound. Right, let's just show you inside the boot. Let's open her up. All good in there. Got your first aid kit in there. Little cubby hole in there with a 12-volt cigarette socket. Let's just zoom back again. Show you down this side of the car. Now, anything to tell you about on this particular car is there's a couple of little scuffs or a couple of little hairline scratches on there. They have been touched up. We're not going to be painting anything. They have been touched up. All right, so I just wanted to point that out to you. Again, looking at the tyre, Pirelli tyre, lots of tread on there as well. The alloy wheel looks in really good nick. There's a couple of little tiny nicks in the wheel, but apart from that, it looks really good. There's all that kind of tapping noises. They're all little bits and pieces falling off the trees onto the ground here. Right, let's just show you this side. Again, hopefully you can try and pick up some of the reflections. It all looks really nice and bright. There's no dents, nothing like that. You might have one or two little stone chips or little chips. There's a tiny one just around here. I believe there's one just there. You can probably just make out. But again, the car is, what, 10.5 years old now. So please don't expect a brand new car when you turn up. Show you down this side as well. Hopefully you can try and pick up some reflections. All looks really nice and bright. There's no dulling of paint. All looks really good. Okay, let's just go inside on the passenger side. Here we go. All lovely black leather interior. Looks in really good nick. You've got the obligatory cup holder there. Another cup holder there. Just show you they're not broken. They do tend to break quite easily. Again, just showing you they're all fine. Then you've got your electric seats here. So everything like you've got on the driver's seat, but without the memory. Okay, just showing you the back again. Looks lovely in there. Now, if you do have a look at my pictures, you'll see a picture of the engine bay. Just to let you know, we do not, I repeat, we do not jet wash engine bays. That is cardinal sin for me, really. All sorts of grief you can have, engine management lights coming on, etc. So we do not jet wash engine bays, all right? If you want a car with a gleaming engine bay that's been jet washed, obviously don't buy a car from us. We try and leave them as genuine as possible, wipe them down, a bit of WD-40, that type of thing. Spend an hour, nothing wrong with a bit of hard graft instead of getting them jet washed. So, passenger side front wheel. You've got one or two little scuffs on this, but again, nothing untoward. All looks really nice and good. And I think there's one little stone chip that was around there. So we come to the front of the car. You can probably see the leaves coming down on it. So this is probably, would I say the worst bit? Yeah, I probably would do. Because the front is the bit that's going to get most of the stone chips on it. You will have a few. You may not be able to pick it up on this camera at all, you may not. But there's a couple of little stone chips here and there. They have all been touched up. But there are a few on there. So it's just about honesty, integrity, trust. That's what we do at Mopart Vehicles. So that is about that. I'd like to thank you very much for your time. We've got up to about 11 minutes. So please feel free to give us a call if it's this particular car you're interested in or anything else we've got on Mopart Vehicles. We're more than happy to tell you about them. We can bring cars to customers within reason. We don't sort of travel sort of 40, 50, 60, 70 miles. But you know, if you're within a sort of 10, 15 mile radius, we're more than happy to bring a car to you. There is no obligation to buy anything from us at all. We just try and do that for a lot of our customers. Anyway, thank you again for your time and hope to speak to you soon.